and this is the next Sharpsburg story stream. Whether you're a friend who normally comes to the library for story time, or someone who's just finding us via our online content, I know we're going to have fun together today. Since I don't know which of my friends at home is watching, our hello song will not include anyone's name. It's to the same tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. For the first verse, let's clap our hands. If you want to read a book, clap your hands. If you want to read a book, clap your hands. If you want to read a book, sit down and take a look. If you want to read a book, clap your hands. Let's stomp our feet. If you want to read a book, stomp your feet. If you want to read a book, stomp your feet. If you want to read a book, sit down and take a look. If you want to read a book, stomp your feet. Let's wave our arms. If you want to read a book, wave your arms. If you want to read a book, wave your arms. If you want to read a book, sit down and take a look. If you want to read a book, wave your arms. Let's find our chair. If you want to read a book, find your chair. If you want to read a book, find your chair. If you want to read a book, sit down and take a look. If you want to read a book, find your chair. All right, how is everyone today? We just had the first day of spring. Do you know what that means? What's changed about the weather? Can you tell me? Yeah, it's been pretty warm the last week. What else is different? It's sunny. There hasn't been any snow. Can you think of anything else that happens in the spring? Maybe, can you tell me anything that happens to the animals in the spring? You're right. The birds come back if they flew south, and baby animals are born. So our book today is going to be all about the different things that happen during the spring. It's called When Spring Comes. It is words by Kevin Hanks and pictures by Laura Dronzak. It's read with permission of HarperCollins. Before spring comes, the trees look like black sticks against the sky. What's on the ground in the picture? Yeah, there's still snow on the ground. What's missing from the trees? Yeah, there are no leaves on the trees in winter. Let's see what happens. If you wait, spring will bring leaves and blossoms. What else does it bring if you look at the picture? Yeah, there are some rabbits. What else is growing on the ground? Grass and flowers. It's pretty colorful. Let's keep reading. If you wait, spring will make the leftover mounds of snow smaller and smaller and smaller until suddenly they're gone. Before spring comes, the grass is brown. But if you wait, spring will turn it green and add little flowers. If you wait, an egg will become a bird. A seed will start growing. What does the seed grow into? A flower. Spring comes with sun, and it comes with rain. And more rain. And more rain, especially if you live here in Pittsburgh. What's the weather doing in this picture? It's still raining. What else is happening in the picture? Are there people or animals? There are people. I see 1, 2, 3 people. Maybe 2 more in the back for 5. What are the people carrying? Oh yeah, they each have an umbrella because of the rain. That makes sense. Do you like mud? Do you like puddles? I hope you like umbrellas. Before spring comes, the garden is just dirt and empty. But if you wait, spring will push green shoots through the dirt to fill up the garden. And spring will call out the pussy willows, the new kittens, too. Spring can come quickly or slowly, and it changes its mind a lot. But when spring is finally here to stay, you will know it. There will be buds and bees and boots and bubbles. There will be worms and wings and wind and wheels. You will feel it. You will smell it. You will hear it. What does spring feel like? It feels warm. That makes sense. We have the sunnier weather. What does spring smell like? Oh, maybe the flowers or the fresh grass, maybe even the rain. And what does spring sound like? Oh, that's a great suggestion. The sound of the birds, or maybe the sound of buzzing bees in the flowers. When spring is finally here to stay, you might think that you are done waiting, but you are not. Now you have to wait for summer. The end. I have 4 recommendations for you again this week, like always, friends. And there are plenty of other books about spring to read, in addition to the 4 that I'm going to recommend. You can find these and other books by checking the online library catalog at librarycatalog.einetwork.net or calling your local library. My 4 recommendations are And Then It's Spring by Julie Foliano, Fletcher and the Springtime Blossoms by Julia Rawlinson, Busy Spring, Nature Wakes Up by Sean Taylor and Alex Morse, and Everything Spring by Jill Esbaum. If you are ready to spend spring at the library, we're going to start some limited in-person programs outside in our courtyard starting the first full week of April. So grown-ups, this information is for you. Our preschool storytime, STEAM Storytime with Ms. Erin, will be Wednesday mornings at 10:30. For our friends who are 2 and under, we'll be doing a program called Caterpillar Club with me on Tuesdays at 10:30. Both of these are limited to 10 caregiver kid combos, so make sure you register online or call the library to guarantee your spot. That's about all the time we have for today. Are you ready for the goodbye song? It's such a good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy feeling. You're growing inside. And when you wake up, ready to say, I think I'll make a snappy new day. It's such a good feeling, a very good feeling. The feeling you have that I'll be here when the week is new. And I'll have more ideas for you, and you'll have things you want to talk about. I will too. I'll see you next week, friends. Stay safe and healthy.